What are you up to today, Piper Doug? What's going on back here?
Oh, we're going to move the cows into the last paddock. And then get a better day. Hook spread probably.
Okay. And what's our plan back here?
Oh, the project?
Yeah. Tell the YouTubers.
So, Mrs. Piper Doug's project is we're going to be putting a fence out here, going to that gate, and then there'll be a gate here, and then there'll be a gate at the end of that shelter so we can run animals in and out to every shelter without having to stack bales in here. And then once that fence is here, we can then have animals in here to clean up grass and weeds and stuff at the end of summer, and that way it doesn't get overgrown as badly.
So just to clarify for the folks of YouTube, when you say Mrs. Piper Doug's project, that means she comes up with the idea and then you do 99.75% of the manual labor?
99.975% of the labor, yeah.
Well, I'll come out and take video footage. It's got to count for something.
That's the most important part, though.
It's how it works here on Wreck-It Ranch, folks. I have all the brilliant ideas. He just makes them all happen.
Yep.
Well, he has one or two too, but try not to give him too much credit. His head gets too big.
Oh, you got to replace that wall, too.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
We'll bring you back when we get out to the coos. Or the Kai.
The kind.
So, if you ever wonder why Piper Doug has such a bad back, this might have something to do with it.
Work it out just like this. Come on, girl. Move this one out of the way. Nut!
Here they come.
This is why I like building fences and gates, so I don't end up having to do this all the time.
We're at a standstill.
Come on, girl.
Follow the Pied Piper. There we go. Hey, bird. Hello, baby. Now we got the memo.
The problem is they're going to go down the wrong side of the fence. Come on, girl.
Hi, Ozzy.
I'm going to jump the fence and make it.
Hi, Penny. Hi, Eddie. Now we're coming. It's windy out here. I think you just got a tip to the YouTube lands there. Oh. Hi, Mama. Hi, Hi, Sammy. Oh, hi, Chewy. You guys are so excited. Hello, Miss Leia. Hello, beautiful. You gonna come say hi? Hey, baby Roni. Almost there. Come on, Chip. Hey, Chippy. There you go, dear.
Maybe I should wash my windows before I start filming. Might make a big difference. Yeah, that is the cows. Ironically, they've never been in number one this year yet. For those who are new to the channel, that's number one. This paddock here is not number one because it's not a full paddock. It's called the L for obvious reasons. It's the shape of a capital L. So number one was left because in the springtime we didn't want to have the big herd with their bulls running next to the golden girls that don't have bulls, because that would just be a recipe for disaster. So we started the big herd on number two. The reason that number one is not like a massive growth of grass is we ran our first and second calvers in number one while we were reinstalling. So there is a fair decent amount of regrowth. Why is there a truck tracks into that ditch? That's weird. Anyway, squirrel. So you can see there's lots of great color. So that's perfect for right now. They'll have this till the middle of next week, this coming week, and then we're going to run them south to the south farm. Wow, looks like most of the cows figured out to get back around the gate. I think you saw in the last clip the ones that went down the wrong side of the fence and were standing hollering. Looks like most of them have figured it out. I see there's a few calves and a couple of cows still in paddock number two. Now as they go back and forward to get water, they'll all come together and go back to the proper paddock. And then, like I said, they'll still be ranging through the paddocks. So, thanks for clicking on the video. And we had 1.5 tenths of rain in the early hours of this morning. So, enough just to be damp and not too much to make everything a problem with mud and the stuff that's still to bale. They are calling for -2 on Monday night, so that should put the end to the alfalfa. So then we'll do the old stopwatch after that to when we can cut the third cuts, and we'll get back to just doing lots of this, and there's some big yard projects to do. So yeah, join us. Hailstones. Rain and hailstones. Most peculiar. The circus, Shire Circus, Shire Circus, Shire Circus. I'm Piper Doug. Why the new song? Well, I'm glad you asked that. Alright, Terence. So we shut down early yesterday evening. Went down to Oak Lake to play the bagpipes for a wonderful lady's birthday. A little bit early, but it's for her 80th. Backstory was, she's always loved the bagpipes. She's always made the comment she wants bagpipes played at her funeral. To which Mrs. Piper Doug exclaimed, because Mrs. Piper Doug is friends with the, we'll call her Nana, because that's her nickname. Nana's daughter Jolene. Hi Jolene! Said, well, why doesn't she have bagpipes when she's still alive and can enjoy them? And a plan was hatched. So everybody would arrive down at Jolene's house for a wee get together, a wee bit of fun party. And then all of a sudden you'd hear bagpipes in the distance coming down the road. And you guessed it, that was old Piper Doug. So yeah, great surprise. So I said to the boss lady, well, we'll go down, have a really nice visit for a couple of hours. I need to get back to poop spreading. So we came home just before 8, well about 8 o'clock, to get back to poop spreading. And in the dark, I could see 2 little black objects running around the farmyard. Yeah. So little Baru, you know, the one that was so at death's door with the sore foot that was cut, her, and then little Dardar, Radar's daughter, were running around the yard. So we tried to corner them, could not. Trying to figure out how they got out. Kind of figured that out. And tried to in the dark, not happening. So we plugged off the driveway and left them there for the night. And then of course this morning, mum and babies are hollering each other. So then I came out just before lunch here and cornered the babies and got them back where they need to be. Let's just put it that way. That's the Reader's Digest version of this story, because it did not go that smoothly. But needless to say, babies are back with mum, and then I'm just going to give them a new bail. They have lots, but I need them to settle down, so I'm giving them a roadside, because they seem to like that more than anything. So I'm going to feed them, and we'll bring them. There's your Peanutter. Sorry, Peanut leading this charge. So the problem when you have updated fences and animals do inevitably get out, it's really hard to put them back in. So I had a bit of a fight, so I'm going to drop the bail in here, unwrap it, and then see who all comes up. It's like my luck just keeps going. What am I doing? Well, apparently that's not fun. So I just had to stop and put the PTO shaft back on. Why? Because the PTO brake has quit. Yeah. So it had an issue last year when I was baling straw, where you would turn the PTO off and it would still kind of slowly rotate. It started doing that at the start of the field, but as soon as you would load it, that pressure against the PTO would stop from turning. Well, now it's got to the point of when you load it up, the PTO will still keep slowly turning and pushing the stuff out the back. So now I empty, I run back to the yard, and then I shut the tractor off and pull the PTO shaft off and then fill it. And then that way I can run back out to the field without blagging a whole bunch of manure out in the road. So, and yes, this tractor needs a lot of work because it has no brake pedals and now it has no PTO brake. And they were saying to pull the trumpets on this tractor, because you have to pull the trumpets to get the brakes done. So to pull the trumpets, you have to pick the cab up. So basically you have to park it, put the rear casing up on blocks, then you have to jack the cab up and put it on stilts, and then you can pull the trumpets off. Yeah. The Big Blue needs a lot of work done, and plus it needs the yeah. So this is like what's normally a soft spot, a mud spot in the field when we have moisture, and this is what the cows do to it. So that's fun. shaking the bejesus out of everything. Anyway, so yeah, that's where this tractor's at. So hopefully we'll find out today or tomorrow when the new tires are in for the Tango Turd, and then we can put it back on the spreader and get back to turning and burning, because having to stop every time and change the PTO shaft, that's eating into my turning and the burning of pooping. Anyway, yeah, I'll just run back and that's usually all cleaned out by the time I get to the end of the field, so at least I'm not dropping that on the road. Bye everybody. Just doing this for the rest of the night. Under the full moon. Woo, woo, woo. Actually not steaming as bad as it quite often is.
I'm just admiring it as I look at it. I'm getting teary-eyed, but I don't want you to say Trump broke down and started crying. No, how beautiful is that?